What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here with episode number 24 of the Unemployment Challenge. I have now completed the first 10 games of the season in the Belfast Telegraph Championship 2 with Lisburn Distillery. Thinking on it now, it may have been worth just going through the season and doing half and half because there's only 5 games, but oh well, shit happens, I suppose. But we've got quite a bit to go through in this episode, guys. Some transfers. Unfortunately, it seems Lisburn are in quite a bad financial state. So there's been a few signings, but they've not been that great, if I have to be honest. As you can see, there's quite a few youths. At the end of last season, when all the players left because I couldn't renew their contracts and all the loans went back, I had about 7 players in my first team. Couple of players in the youths and a couple are in like the B team, so I moved them up, so I had enough players. Brought some in now, so it's not too bad. We've obviously played the first 10 games as well, so we'll go through some transfers, go for the fixtures and everything. The fixtures haven't been too bad, so we'll go into those in a second. We'll have a look at the transfers first. Actually, you know what, let's go for the fixtures. So here we go, guys. We have played 10 games of the season, eventually. We started off with friendly with 4-2 win at home to Nortel. Joe Doherty, Martin Ryan, Gary Rafferty and Martin McLaughlin scoring. We then 1-3-2 at home to Chimney Corner, David Black and 2 from Lee Marks. Friendly win against Dunmurry YM, one of my feeder clubs, or Curtis Black or parent clubs, I can't remember which round it is. And then losing 4-2 at home to Carrick. David Callagher and Benone Gobo looks at it, giving us the goals. So we went into the season, as you can see, we've done pretty well in some cup competitions. Well, I say some in one. The others haven't been too great. So we'll have a look at the details first. We'll go through the league games first. We beat Ballymacash 3-1 in the first game of the season. If it loads up. There we go. Martin Ryan put us 1 up in the 10th minute, and then just 10 minutes before half time, David Gallagher made it 2. And then on the hour mark, Gary Rafferty made it 3-0. Kevin Curran did pull one back just 2 minutes later, but we went on to win 3-2. 8 shots to 9 in their favour. We had 4 each on target, and I had 54% possession. We then drew 2-2 away in Uri City FC. Gary Rafferty put us 1 up in the 9th minute. And we were 1-0 up at half time. Stephen Douglas equalised in the 58th minute for them. They then had Brian Holland injured in the 63rd. Austin Tobin put us 2-1 up in the 75th. And then we had James Arthurs injured with 2 minutes to go. And surprise, surprise, they got an equaliser in the first minute of added on time for Gary McCardle. 9 shots to 7 in their favour. I had 5 on target to their 3. And they had 54% possession. We then won 3-2 at home to Ballymena. Gary Rafferty putting us 1 up in the 4th minute. Kieran O'Hara equalising for them in the 23rd. But 2 minutes later, Rafferty made it 2-1. But that lead lasted only 7 minutes before Simon Black equalised, and we went into half-time 2-2. And then David Callagher in the 66th minute put us 3-2 up. And unfortunately he was injured in added on time, but we held on to take a 3-2 win. 16 shots to 8 in Ballymena's favour. I had 4 on target to their 3, and they had 54% possession. We then followed that up with a 2-1 defeat, our first league defeat of the season at Ballyclare. Curtis Black put us 1 up in the 12th minute. The lead only lasted 3 minutes as Philip Shaw pulled level, and just 6 minutes before half time, Sammy Copeland made it 2-1, and they went on to take the 3 points. 10 shots to 5 in my favour. I had 3 on target to their 2, and I had 52% possession. We then won 1-0 at Dunloy, I think so say it. David Callagher in the 35th minute, giving us the only goal of the game and 3 points. 9 shots to 5 in their favour. I had 2 on target to their 1, and they had 54% possession. We then drew 1-1 at home to Drumora. David Callagher in the 11th minute put us 1-0 up, but David Black was sent off just 10 minutes after half time, and it cost us, as just 9 minutes later Rab Woods drew Drumora level, but we were able to hold out to take a point. 14 shots to 8 in my favour. I had 4 on target to their 3, and they had 51% possession. We then came back and lost 2-1 in Moyola Park. Dave Callagher putting us Gary Burns putting Moyola 1-0 up in the 25th minute. Callagher equalising in the 34th. Gary Rafferty was injured in the 64th minute, and surprise, 2 minutes later they were back in front. We then had Stuart Brennan sent off in the 75th minute, and annoyingly Lee Marks missed a penalty in added on time to draw us level. It's 10 shots to 7 to Moyola. They had 4 on target to my 3. We had 50% possession. We then drew 1-1 at home to Barrowfield. Raymond Bailey put Barrowfield 1-0 up in the 29th minute. Stuart Simpson actually was injured for Barrowfield in the 65th. Surprisingly, Rafferty then actually drew us level just 10 minutes later. It's quite nice for it to go my way for once. But that was it. End of the game, and we ended up drawing 1-1. 8 shots to 4 in their favour. They had 2 on target to my 1, and I had 55% possession. We then lost 2-1 at Abbeyvale. Chris Campbell put Abbeyvale 1-0 up in the 16th minute. With 20 minutes to go, Gary Rafferty equalised, but with just 60 seconds to go, Mark Clark put them back in front to give them a 2-1 win. 12 shots to 8 in Abbeyvale's favour. They had 6 on target to my 2, and they had 51% possession. And then the final league game of the section was a 2-1 win at league leaders Wakehurst. David Callagher put us 1-0 up in the 20th minute. Neil Colling equalised just 7 minutes later, but pretty much right on the stroke of half time. Callagher got his second of the game. We were able to hold out to take the 3 points, and they did have Ricky Maron sent off in the 92nd minute. It was 12 shots to 8 in my favour. I had 4 on target to their 2, and they had 51% possession. So that's how we're doing in the league. We'll just have a look at the table quickly. As you can see, I am 8th in the table. I'm supposed to finish around mid-table, to be fair, by the sounds of it. So to come away with that, it was quite nice. I am 10 points behind Bangor. I have played a game less than everyone else. I believe my game against Bangor was actually postponed for some reason, but we do have that game in hand in a week's time. At the same time, Ballymacash played Dunloy, and that means Bangor's other game is against Moyola Park, so we're not doing too badly. Stats wise, we got bugger all, which is surprising considering how many goals David Callagher scored for us. There we go. He's got 16 goals, but how many in the league? 7 in the league, so that's not too bad. He's got 9 and 7 in the cup, which is good. We'll go. I don't know why I've gone all the way by this. In the cup, we lost 4-0 at Ards in the first round of the League Cup. Basically, the board didn't really care how we got in the League Cup, and to go up to Ards, it's not much of a surprise. The Intermediate Cup first round, we lost to Colerane's second team, 3-0, and on penalties. Was it Hugh Scott put them 1-0 up in the 15th minute. David Callagher made it 1-1. 20 minutes to go, Hugh Scott made it 2-1. Rafferty made it 2-2 with 18 minutes to go. With 9 minutes to go, Callagher put us in front, but McWilliams equalised in the 92nd minute. They won 5-4 on penalties. It's 15 shots to 8 in my favour. I had 8 on target to their 5, and it's 54% possession. However, the Steel and Sons Cup, as you can see, has gone very, very well. First game of the season was a 1-0. Second round, was a 1-0 win in Knockbreda. Martin Ryan in the 20th minute, giving us the only goal of the game. 10 shots to 3 in my favour. I had 3 on target to their none, and I had 55% possession. Just over a week later, we played Glebe in the third round, beat them 2-1. Callagher put us 1-0 up in the 6th minute. He then doubled his tally in the 21st to give us a 2-0 lead at half time. Michael Allen, he pulled one back right on the hour mark, and Simon Anderson was actually sent off for Glebe at the final whistle. 20 shots to 15 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 1. I had 54% possession. In round 4, we were drawn away to Linfield's second team, the Linfield Swifts, who also were the current holders. Jonathan Chapman put them 1-0 up in the 3rd minute, but just before half time, Simon McKilvin made it 1-1, and round the stroke, Callagher scored yet again to give us a 2-1 win. 6 shots to 4 in Linfield's favour. I had 2 on target to their 1, and they had 58% possession. In the quarter final, we won in extra time against Stabane, which is an insane match to be fair. Joe McFarlane put us 1-0 up after putting through his own net in the 12th minute. And then with 2 minutes gone into added time in the first half, McCallagher made it 2. In the second half is where it all goes nuts. Gareth Munn made it 2-1 in the 47th minute. And then just 8 minutes later, Rafferty made it 3-1 to us. Anthony Kelly made it 3-2. And he then made it... Bloody hell, I'm losing count here. He made it 3-2, sorry, then, to make it... Oh, fuck me, I'm lost. 3-2, yep. Clinton Baybridge... No, that's 3-0, sorry. I've lost the plot here, guys. Made it 3-0. 2 minutes later, Bainbridge made it 4-3. And then Callagher made it 4-4. With 3 minutes to go, Glenn McCartney made it 5-4 to Stabane. And then on added on time, Callagher scored again to make it 5-5. And then in added on time in the first half of extra time, he made it 6-5. Apologies for completely losing the plot on the count there. 17 shots to 12 in their favour. I had 9 on target to their 5. And I had 51% possession. 5 shots on target and 5 goals. That's a pain in the ass. We then beat Sir Patrick on penalties. Oh, look at that. It was 0-0, 37-36, guys. I mean, bloody hell, I was getting bored halfway through here. So Willis was the only player to miss for them. Stefan Willis. Match stats, 16 shots to 6 in their favour. They had 2 on target to mine none. And it's 50% possession, but 37-36. That seems to be quite... well, I wouldn't say norm penalty score, but it seems to be on this Football Manager, it seems to be really, really high penalty counts. I've seen quite a few 30s, 20s. I think I've maybe even seen into the 40s, to be fair. But it seems to be one of the things for this one. There seems to be a lot of high scoring penalty scores. And in the final, we have Kilmore Rec, who are a non-league team. So we got a good chance of winning that. Irish Cup second round is our next game against Crumlin, United Northern Ireland. They are non-league. They actually want us to get to the 4th round in that, so we got a good chance of making that. So actually now, guys, we'll look at some transfers. I'm not going to go into full detail because I have had to make quite a few. Actually, not as many as I thought it was, because I lost all of those guys, and I also lost the loans I had as well. Gary Rafferty to come in. Brendan Quinn, Lee Marks, David Black, Declan Harkin, Mark Getty from Lurgan Town, Stuart Brennan, James Arthurs and Curtis Black. So that's how it is, and there you go, guys. It's, if you have a look at the ages as well, we've got all of them. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the entire squad over the age of 18. Little weird, they're the only ones I've actually got values as well, but excuse me. So I think that is going to be it for this, guys. Actually, something I will show you, and I couldn't believe it when I saw this myself. World Cup holders, England, and look at that, 2 in a row, and I didn't actually realise Slovenia won in 2014. The bloody hell did Slovenia win in 2014? But some of them, one of the other things I found quite funny actually, which is kind of shows how long I've gone into the game. Now I'm in 2022. Is one of the qualifiers. Group D, I believe it is. No, there is Group E. Indonesia have risen up the ranks. They've actually even represented Asia at a Confederations Cup. So that's what I find really interesting. You have a look at some of the others. Most of the other teams are pretty much norm qualifiers. You would say Slovenia maybe not, but Group D possibly Iran. But they're the standout team of Indonesia making it. It's really, really weird. Something I've also noticed in all 3 World Cups and in the North American section, Mexico, USA, Costa Rica are the teams that always finish in the top 3 automatic qualifying places, and it's a mad scramble for like the 4th place team that goes into the intercontinental qualifications. So yeah, that's it, guys. We have played 10 games. We're not in a bad position. I would like to improve on that, to be fair. Got a game in hand. We'll see how these next 10 games go. They want mid-table, and we're doing about mid-table, so it's not too bad. But that is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe. Would appreciate it. Tune in next time for the next section of games, the next 10 games. Be interesting to see where we are. Hopefully we'll be a little further, a little closer to the top 2, because I would like to get a promotion one day. But one thing I'm actually going to show you now is the finances. £300,000, and I am £352,000 supposedly in debt at the end of the season. Got a bank loan which will run out in 2031, but I'm probably not going to be here for that. If I am, that'd be pretty cool. But that is it for this episode, guys. Tune in next time, as I said, for the next 10 games. As always, take it steady.